The bombardment is intense and indiscriminate. Opposition-controlled towns and villages in the northwestern province of Idlib are under fire from Syrian government forces and their allies who say they are responding to rebel attacks. There is supposed to be a ceasefire in Idlib. The warring sides blame each other for the provocations.
The terrorists of Hayat Tahrir al-Sham continue to launch attacks against the positions of Syrian government forces.
But Syrian government forces have been hitting markets, residential neighborhoods. Civilians are dying in some of the heaviest shelling since Turkey and Russia reached a ceasefire deal in September. The Syrian government says Idlib is a legitimate target because it is controlled by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham and other groups many in the international community link to al-Qaeda.
We are waiting for the implementation of the Sochi agreement, but our patience has limits. We must liberate this land. Our friends the Russians can feel our patience waning. They are trying to solve the issue with the Turkish leadership.
Russian President Vladimir Putin discussed Idlib with his Turkish counterpart Recep Tayyip Erdogan in Moscow this week. Putin said their efforts will lead to the elimination of what he called the terrorist threat.
It will be a step-by-step military offensive. The comprehensive steps will be taken after a few weeks.
Turkey was supposed to create a demilitarized zone around Idlib free of weapons and fighters, but instead Hayat Tahrir al-Sham consolidated its control. Russia and Iran gave priority to ties with Turkey over regaining control of Idlib. Turkey had warned an offensive in the province would cause a humanitarian disaster and be a breaking point in their alliance. Now, the Turkish government doesn't have as many cards following its strained, if not ruptured, relationship with the United States. The focus of the near-daily Syrian government bombardment has been to recapture 2 international highways that pass through Idlib. So far, there has been no ground offensive, partly to avoid confrontation with Turkish troops in the area. That may change. Russia will be careful not to risk its relationship with Turkey, but it has the upper hand. How it uses that leverage will determine what comes next in Idlib. Zana Khuder, al-Jazeera, Beirut.